Hi everyone, welcome back to another Cut Above with Chris. It's the 26th of January, it's Australia Day, it's a Saturday, and I'm working this afternoon, so I'm going to be getting my Australian shave of the day out of the way. I've got lots of rhymes today, I tell you what. And the only thing that will not be Australian will be the razor. The blade will be Australian, the soap, the brush, and the aftershave balm, all Australian, all made in Australia other than the knot itself. But yeah, so I'm looking forward to this one. Soap for today, as you'll know from the name, in fact I probably would know for the name because I'll just call it the Aussie Day Shave, is Face Fat Ice Slice. Now I love all the scents I've got from Face Fat, Jaffa being like a Jaffa cake sort of scent with the sponge and the orange and the chocolate sort of feel to it. And I've also got Heliopteris version to match my Moyle grooming, but this one for me is pretty much my favourite scent. I love it, it's got a cracking zing of lemon and a beautiful hit of menthol, but it's not overpowered with menthol, it's just nice and cool, but absolutely beautiful. So it's all vegetal based, it's essential oil based, there's no fragrance oils, there's nothing in here that's unnatural, it's all very good for your skin, it's all quality ingredients. And if you just pause the screen there, you can see all the ingredients just run right around the outside. If you want to have a goosey gander, you can pause it and have a look. The brush for today, this was my first sort of brush which I commissioned myself for the channel, and I just love the look of the cast, the actual resin. It's just beautiful, absolutely beautiful. And this was made by TF Custom Brushes, Tony Forsyth over in the Eastern States. And you can see it's got my channel name, Another Cut Above with Chris, all the way around, and it's got a 26mm black and white synthetic. It's not as nice as the Tuxedo, but it's not one of the shit ones which isn't really comfortable to use. It's in between, it's not super soft but it's not rough and shitty. It's got a great loft on it and it works very, very well. I'm just trying to think what the bloody name of this, yeah, Phantom Nebula. So if you ever get a brush made from Tony and you want a similar colouring or cast, it can actually replicate this whole brush for you if you want. If you love the shape of the handle is lovely, it's very ergonomic, but this actual colouring here, the type of resin here is called Phantom Nebula, and it's beautiful, it's iridescent, it just sparkles. So here we go, straight into my Face Fat shaving soap. I've left quite a bit of water in the knot this time, very thirsty soap, and definitely, as Rud Shaves would say, it's definitely an elite soap in my opinion. It's definitely up there with the best artisan soaps on the market, and in my opinion it outdoes pretty much it outdoes all mass produced soaps. I don't care who they are or who makes them. A lot of people swear by this sort of Mitchell's Roll Fat and palm olives and Arcos and things like that. This stuff's better. It's better for your skin, there's no chemicals in them. Generally all these bigger companies fill their products full of chemicals to preserve them and other bits and bobs, but this is just 100% natural, made in Australia. And I was I was actually quite proud really to be part of the creation of it and going through the testing stage. So that's it all loaded up. And being a tester for Craig, the artisan that makes it, such a nice guy. I've met up with him a couple of times and we've traded some stuff and I've piffed some stuff and he's piffed me some stuff, and he's just a top bloke. And no doubt this time, or during the year, hopefully this year, we'll get together and have a bit of a barbie and have a bit of a day together and let the kids play together and have a bit of fun. Just a nice guy. His wife runs an essential oil business. No, she's I think she's like a top manager for the area, and he uses those essential oils in his soaps. We don't use those essential oils for the simple reason they're freaking expensive. So it's generally for your elitists, people that can afford to buy these, which I can't. I don't have the income to be able to afford to be a part of that essential oil thing. So the oils that he uses are high quality oils. This lather's going to be a beast. I'm just dipping the tips, painting the water in. This is going to be one of the most voluminous lathers that I've made in a long time. You can see already, look at the gloss on that. Is it as good as tallow based? Yeah, I think it is. In some ways I think it's better. I think the post-shave feel, personally, I find the post-shave feel from the vegetal based soaps, for my skin anyway, me personally, to be better than a lot of the tallow based. I'm just going to have to splay early because I don't have enough room on my chin and my face to keep painting water in, because this is going to be an explosive lather. It's pinging everywhere. So I was on shift yesterday. I finished at 3 in the morning. On the way home I fueled the car up. I got in the house about 3:45 in the morning, and I then made the decision to stay up, watch the Manchester United game. So I popped $20 on Manchester United to win, and they beat Arsenal 3-1 at the Emirates, which is brilliant. 8 wins out of 8 for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. I couldn't be more pleased at the moment. They're playing some really nice football. It's just exciting to watch again, you know. They're still pretty average in defence, but they're getting better. But just attacking, on the break, they're almost unstoppable at the moment. And I think teams like Man City, Liverpool, Chelsea, Arsenal, they've obviously beaten Arsenal and Tottenham recently. Even in the Champions League against PSG, if you give them a chance up top, they're going to punish you. Oh, Craig makes a phenomenal soap. Look at this lather. Now this will take a shit ton more water, but I'll be here all day painting it in. That is absolutely stunning. Look at this. Look at that. I watch Paul H. Well, do you know something? I haven't watched anyone's channel for a while. I've just been too busy, but when I watch Paul H, for me, this, making the lather, is by far and away the best part of the shave. It's the most soothing for me, it's the most enjoyable. Look how caked that brush is. It is absolutely chock-a-block. Beautiful. It's dense, it's creamy, it's protective, it's slick. It's glossy, it's phenomenal. Right, the razor for today, or the razor blade, is the Gillette Super Stainless Australian vintage blade, which is hanging up on the door behind me. And I've got that inside, obviously none other than my carved Christopher Bradley razor. I've went with the C plate, which is just my go-to plate really. I love the C plate and the B plate. I might pull the B plate out eventually again. But I've been enjoying the C. I can't wait to get my hands on a B plate open comb. I think that'll be pretty much my sweet spot on this razor. And here we go. I know a couple of you guys were saying, when you're going to shave your head. I just don't have the time. And I know I've got all the tools in the world that allow me to do it quickly. Right, first pass done. Residual slickness is lovely. What I like about face fat, it's very high in oils, but it's not greasy. It doesn't stick to your razor, it doesn't stick to your brush, your fibres in your brush. This is just pure luxury. It really is. Right, cross the grain. This blade's got about 7 or 8 uses on it now. This is a cold water shave and it's silky smooth. Like no tugging, no irritating pulling, roughness. Just super smooth. Now, one thing I like about a cold water shave is you generally get a little bit more feedback from the hair. Because your hair is just a little bit sort of firmer. It still softens up a little bit, but because of the cold water rather than the warm water, I find it just sort of stays that little bit firmer. I don't know if there's any science behind that, but it certainly feels that way for me. And I tend to get a less irritated shave from a cold water shave. Right, now here's how good face fat is. Doesn't look like there's much on there now, there's still a fair bit. Tastes pretty good as well. A little bit of water, just drip it in, the old Michael Friedberg technique. In there, you can see the water just pools inside the brush in there. I hope you can see it just wobbling around. I'm shaking my hand there, that's not the shakes. Straight back on. A few swirls. Not a few hundred. You know what, could take a bit more easily. Now bear in mind that I've just done 2 passes with the same load. It's so impressive, and I've been so happy to see Craig's silks reach all over the world, people commenting on the channel saying that they've received it in Canada and America and Europe. And it's received amazing praise. In fact, I'm yet to see anyone say anything untoward about it, anything negative. Even for myself, as being part of the initial creation of it, in terms of testing and retesting and tallow formulas and vegetal formulas and so many different versions, and having reactions to some and not reactions to others, but finding the ones I had reactions to had better performance than the ones that I didn't, and there was so many variables. But Craig didn't just rest on his laurels or just chuck something out on the market even though it was pretty much all the way there. He pH tested everything and made sure it was pretty much good for your skin. It wasn't too acidic or too alkaline. He makes this soap in a way that if you do have a reaction to it, it's more than likely going to be the essential oil that you're reacting to, not so much the the soap base, because the soap base is actually so good for your skin in terms of the neutrality of the acidity and the alkalinity. Got no idea what I'm talking about now, I'm just using big words to look smart on camera. Not really. He's certainly put a lot of effort, a lot of time and effort into this soap, a lot of love. He puts some excellent essential oils in here. I'm just going to touch up around my lips a little bit. And if you want a mentholated soap, in my opinion, there's not many better in terms of having that sweet spot of menthol, where it's for people that are just new to it and just want to try it. It's not going to faze you. It never gets too cold that it burns, and the menthol can get to that point. I mean, menthol is one of my favourite ingredients in a splash and a soap. It just makes it better. In some cases it doesn't, in some cases it does affect the scent. In this one it doesn't really affect the scent at all. You can smell the menthol, but it works so well with the lemon. If you want to try soaps that have got menthol in them but doesn't affect the scents very much but perform exceptionally well, you can have a look at Sterling as well. Sterling, in my opinion, probably make mentholated products better than anyone else on the market. They just seem to get that menthol pretty much spot on, as Craig has with this and Sean does with Moyle Grooming. Right, I'm just going to finish off now. Oh, look at that. What a shave. Happy Australia Day. This is all munted and wrecked, this bottle. Stray Whiskey Afterbalm, made by or for Con over at the Stray Whiskey over in the Eastern States. That's Mr. Con Kazan. No, it's not. Con. I can't remember Con's surname now, that's terrible. Can't remember, terrible. Mine's screwed. Great set of ingredients. This is also mentholated. Post-shave moisturiser with witch hazel and a hint of menthol. It's absolutely lovely stuff. It's very light. Does a great job. And my wife has been using this lately, so there's not much left. So a tiny little bit in my finger, just rub it onto my hands. And this is also, has just a nice little tinge of menthol, nothing more. You just get a little bit of the menthol and that's it. It just cools your skin enough on a hot day that makes you feel nice and refreshed after the shave. So the soap for today was Face Fat Iced Slice, which is lemon and menthol. That is all it is. Essential oils, and obviously menthol's, I think that's just a natural product anyway. Menthol or camphor is the natural derivative, I'm not 100% sure. But beautiful soap, lovely labels, lovely tubs, exceptional quality, and for the price you're not getting much better on the market in my opinion. Craig's an awesome bloke to deal with. He'll do everything he can to try and accommodate you. He'll always get back to you with messages, he'll always reply as soon as he can. He's just an all-round nice guy. And yeah, top bloke. So great soap, great product. He is looking into trying some new stuff, maybe a balm or a splash, or I'm not quite sure what he's going to be moving into, but he will be adding some more things to his product line to try and give a bit more variety and offer people that full package, if you like. The brush for today was none other than my Tony Forsyth TF custom shaving brush. Absolutely beautiful brush. This brush will never ever leave my den. I know I've said that about a lot of things, but this is the first brush that I actually had my channel imprinted on, and I love it. I absolutely love this brush. I think the proportions of it are just outstanding. The knot is very soft but plenty scrubbed. There's no scratch with it. Tony outdid himself with this brush, he really did, I think. Someone else in the world has an exact, well, pretty much an exact replica of this. That was one of my giveaways, and there's a few others out there who actually got carbon copies of the brush made up for themselves because it's just such a nice brush. The razor was the Carve Christopher Bradley razor with the C-plate, 0.85 blade gap, and an Australian vintage super stainless blade. For my money, now I purchased this one, this was $100 Canadian, $99 Canadian, as is like this. The shipping wasn't too much. It's the best razor on the planet in my opinion. I've tried a lot of razors from a lot of companies, really expensive razors as well, from Rocknell and Feather and all these other different razors. This razor for me just shaves better than anything else in the market. And if you're looking for a razor that, in my opinion, is very, very user-friendly and very friendly to beginners, it's extremely mild but efficient. I never feel like I'm going to cut myself with it. So it's just a cracking razor, and it's machined to perfection, it really is. And for the price, when you compare to like Charcoal Goods, if you buy a razor like that from Charcoal Goods, you're going to pay up to about $300 American for it. Or you can pay about $70 American for a Carve razor. I mean, it's a no-brainer in my opinion. And I've not used the Charcoal Goods. I've heard they're shit hot. It's not going to be really any better than that. I don't care how good it is. You know, if it is better than that, it would only be a smidging better. But just food for thought if you're looking for an outstanding razor at a great price. And I finished off with a Stray Whiskey Afterbalm, which is available all around the world now, I believe. I think you can get it over in Pasteurs, possibly a West Coast Shaving. It's great stuff. It just works so well. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the end of my Australia Day shave. I had a cracking shave. I've done a big cook up for everyone at work. I've done some Thai green curry and Chinese chicken curry, like UK style Chinese chicken curry. I'm going to be doing some nice basmati rice, and I've also done cauliflower rice because my wife and I have gone back to paleo. So I'm really looking forward to it. There's going to be about 13 or 14 of us on shift at Coburn tonight, and I'm really looking forward to getting the feed on. Everyone's bringing a plate of food. We'll just have a really good time, and hopefully, fingers crossed, that everyone behaves and just enjoys the night for what it is, enjoys the fireworks. Hopefully we have no major incidents and no plane crashes, nothing major that causes any sort of, no disasters, just a nice, tranquil and serene Australia Day. And with that, you guys have a wonderful Australia Day, have a wonderful day anywhere in the world where you are. Stay safe, drive safe, don't drink and drive, and I'll catch you guys next time. Cheers.